What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week we'll start off sad, but I promise it gets better. Ragnarocktoberfest has officially canceled our 2021 event. All of the dates for our venue are still blocked for renters, and finding another location is nearly impossible since this issue is present with all California public schools. And the production of this event has grown tremendously from one year to the next, and this next game is no exception to that. A location that can fulfill all of our needs for storage, registration, 5v5 fields, super stock space, and an interesting space for the Stalking Dead is a really tall order. And those who've attended the 2019 event and saw the sheer size of the final boss World Serpent, as well as the props and all the equipment, would know that this is not a pack it in, pack it out, fly by the seat of our pants kind of event. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of just storage space over multiple days. And in addition, we know that many of our players and our sponsors have been seriously impacted by the last year's events, and some are still struggling now. So it's impossible to predict what our attendance numbers would be, what our sponsorship capabilities would be, and that makes personally funding a $20,000 event a very scary prospect. I know that many of you are very disappointed by this, but believe me, it is not possible to be more disappointed than the other organizers and I are. But just know that we're not done yet, and we'll do everything in our power to ensure that the 2022 game will be worth the wait. In more lighthearted news, people found some weird off-brand stuff this week. This is the Eagle, which follows the aesthetic of the Rival Edge series quite well. It's very similar to the shape of the Mercury, but it takes a strange box mag that somehow still uses the Rival ammo. I'm actually really impressed with the modularity of this design. You can use it as a pistol, or snap on a stock to be able to shoulder it, and if that's not snipery enough for you, then you slap on the barrel and the bipod, and then boom, sniper status. It's actually refreshing to see a knockoff blaster actually bring something new to the party. I've never seen a stock snap on in that way. It actually looks really natural. And here's another funky one, a Rival Strife. The accessories here are a little bit much, but the basic blaster is actually pretty cool. It's a flywheel blaster powered by 8 AAAs and a mag that seems really similar to the Chaos. It's just kind of nice to see a little bit of innovation in the knockoff space. The Gecko has only been around for 2 weeks and already a lot has changed. Adrian has probably already contacted the people who purchased files so that they can get these updates for free, but I'm going to let everybody know what they are now. So the hardware changes are a shorter barrel for some better consistency. It was a little wild on the FPS ranges there, and it should be much better now with a shorter barrel. There's now a single piece pusher to prevent an air leak that was occurring. So not only will that be easier to print, but it makes the blaster perform better. And there's also some body changes to make it catch more reliably, be a bit more durable, and things of that nature. So most of these upgrades are suggested to do to your blaster if you've already built one. And as far as cosmetics go, there are more things released. So now there's a little bit of Picatinny to go on the blaster, some different trigger options, several different patterned grips, which is pretty nice to have that little bit of customization in there. There's also some unofficial Gecko mag releases. The original mag release is just a D10, you just pull it to take it out, but WarriWasp created an ambidextrous mag release. You just hit it with the back of your thumb and boom, the mag just drops right out. That really fits the aesthetic of the blaster too. That works really well. I like that a lot. And the hardware used for it appears pretty easy to source. And those files are available for free on Thingiverse. Now it's time for Rapid Strikes. I forgot the battery again. Pew pew! The blue versions of Alpha Strike blasters have started to appear in stores. Sock Monkey Mods found a Mantis at a Dollar General, and Buff Daddy found a blue Claw at Marshall's. And I quite like the new colorations. A Nerf arena is opening soon in East Brunswick, New Jersey. Pups of War was meant to open last year, but was delayed for obvious reasons. The theme for the space is New York and New Jersey, and I think their little facades inside are pretty cute. Another creation from Buff Daddy Nerf is an expanded battery tray for the Rex Rampage. The stock tray is really tiny and you'd be pretty hard-pressed to fit a LiPo in there. This top-mounted solution should fit a LiPo very easily, and an optional Picatinny lid allows you to still attach a sight if you want to. Artisan Leather Crafts on Etsy has custom leather grips for a variety of blasters and just added the Dart Zone Pro Mark II to the list. So if you want to add a little bit of extra personalization or luxury, this would probably be a great way to do it. We might see an increased interest in our hobby because the Nerf modding community got a front page feature on The Verge this week. The main focus was Luke from Out of Darts and his rise from that guy who made the Hurricane to the largest aftermarket part vendor in the US with 97 3D printers, 8 employees, and a warehouse. And it's also about how nerfing has gone from shooting maybe 50 feet tops in your backyard to meeting with other enthusiasts at wars and constantly one-upping each other and raising the bar for what's possible with a blaster and new designs being created all the time. With the popularity of creators like Captain Slug with the Caliburn and Out of Darts with the Jupiter and the new Proton Pack, this hobby can't be ignored anymore. Even FoamBlast got a little shout out. Thanks for watching. I really hope that with more and more positive content like this being released, our hobby can just really explode in size and just get exponentially more designs to be able to try out. The future of this hobby is going to be amazing. And that brings us to the mod of the week. This week comes from the boy Rossi for this Ghostbusters Griffin. It features multiple parts that have been customized to fit the theme. The front section resembles the foregrip of the Neutrona wand, and arms with LEDs are like the PKE meter. The use of multicolor filament really helps make the greebles on the side of the blaster just really pop. It's got really clean prints and just looks like a quality build. It uses Krakens and Bulldogs with a 43mm cage, so it should perform almost as good as it looks. This blaster spooks for itself and makes me go bananas. This is what happens when Michelle ghost writes for me. It's a cool blaster. Thanks for sharing it. And that is all the news I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, the links to everything that I talked about are down in the description, along with the like button and the subscribe button and the comments where you can tell me just how excited you are to see this hobby just start blowing up and getting mainstream coverage and all the potential new blasters that people make coming from that. It'll just be so good. The future is going to be amazing. I'll see you here next week, 9 a.m. Pacific. Goodbye.